So we are live. We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Dr. Rose here. And I have with me Dia Johnson. Dia Johnson from A Life Aware. And she
Mhm.
is our sound and yoga class extraordinaire it's a third Sunday, typically
Every
the
third
third
Sunday.
Sunday.
Typically,
Third
yeah, typically the third
Sunday.
Sunday.
Easter
Yeah.
threw us for a loop, but we went in the following Sunday. But every third
Yes.
Sunday of the month, we host at Bloom Transformation Center a class that was renamed Connections, and I'm sure Dee'll give you a little insight why we renamed it. But basically, what it is, it's a yoga class that we combine sound healing with. It is amazing. It's phenomenal. And our class this Sunday is the partner class. And so Dia's here. She's going to tell you guys something, even more information about that class, what you can expect. I'll share pictures while you're talking, Dia, of some of the
Oh my
other
goodness.
classes. Yeah, we can share some of those pictures. This is one of my favorite classes. I still want to learn some of those other moves that you showed. I tried to show Reggie some of them afterwards and couldn't remember any of them. So I need a refresher course. I need a refresher course. But if you've ever been to any of Dia's classes, I'm sure outside or even inside of Bloom, you know what a treat it is. I tell you, it's
Thank
like
you.
it's a spiritual moment. It's a perfect just start to the week. I've done yoga for years, and typically the hot yoga, the Bikram
Yeah.
yoga, and I've
Yeah.
never really been turned on to other forms of yoga until I was introduced to your yoga.
Oh, that's so
Yes,
great. I'm so glad
yes.
to hear that.
Oh my gosh, it is amazing. Like I said, it's like a spiritual experience when you're in that class, which is why so many people come out. And it sells out, guys. So I haven't even checked to see where we are now. But if you're interested, go to bloomtransformationcenter.com, get your tickets now because this class does sell out. It's an amazing, amazing class. And Dia, I'll let you just take over. You can start telling us more about it, and I'll share some pics as you talk.
Okay. All right. So the connections class in general. So the connections class started as just sort of an experiment that we were, working with where we wanted to combine yoga practice, breathing work, breath work, and meditation practices with sound healing. So that's how it started. And maybe I think it was like the first or second class in, we were like, oh, this is special. So we named it Connections. And so since then, which I believe was either late last year or early this year, the class became known as Connection, an experience in yoga and sound. And that's exactly what it is. There's a full beginner's level yoga class that is suitable for everyone. So if you are new to the practice, if you're curious about the practice, skeptical about the practice, all of those are welcome. And this is a good class to start. The yoga practice pretty much starts out the morning. And then we end the morning with a sound meditation, sort of a sound bath, which includes the chimes and the gongs and the ocean drums and all of these amazing things. And I know Dr. Rose can tell you a lot more about that. And then and so from there, we have a little space and time to ask questions and share anything that comes up for anyone, because sometimes it does. We really try to cultivate an atmosphere of sharing, of connecting first to ourselves, with mindful movement and intentional breathing, with the ability to experience vibrational sensation through sound. So our connection is first to ourselves, and then we sort of allow that to, move out into the space around us. And so it does turn out to be a really good fellowship, a really good time. We have refreshments, light refreshments after. And it turns out to be a good Sunday all the time. This particular class is the partner workshop class. And so this class is really about three things: connection, of course, communication, and compromise. a full yoga practice and a full sound healing. We really did need that extra time. So now we wrap up, right at around 11:15 most days. And then that leaves time for everyone to, like I said, grab a snack and chat with others and all of that kind of thing. So it's a great time. It's a great way to start the week, a great way to sort of, get your vibration right to get out into the world for the coming week. Are deaf, this is a really good time to play around with yoga if you've never done it before. This is
Yeah.
the place because it's super light and the poses are very accessible for everyone. So yeah, I think so.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, so if you want and interested, and I encourage everyone to try it out. It's important, and I know you stated it already, that this is for any level. This is for not,
Absolutely.
if you've never had, we have several individuals that are regulars now that had no yoga experience at all. It's a gentle practice, which what you have taught me, Dia, is that gentle goes a little bit, goes a long way. Because
It
I was
does.
at school, even with working out, and a lot of different practices where you've got to feel it, that no pain, no gain mentality. And I love it how you are very intentional when you state, if it hurts, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And really trying to emphasize, especially in these last few classes, that, the rest is really as important as the work. We
Hmm.
put so much emphasis on the work, and the work is important, certainly, but so is the rest.
Yes.
So taking a moment, especially for those who have, robust exercise activities, and even for those who don't, taking a moment to allow your body to rest and feel that rest and really um, understand what it's doing to you is a really powerful way to rejuvenate. It is as important as any amount of work that you're going to do. So yeah, that balance is what makes, I think, this class a little different, because it is definitely not the most aggressive. Developing sometimes in real time.
Hmm.
We usually start the morning with introductions. We introduce, ourselves as instructors, and then we try to find out who's in the room. Some people, come all the time. We know who they are, but I think there was one class, maybe April, or one that I didn't know a single person in the room.
Mm.
Like, no, well, I knew them, but none of them had ever done that class before.
Yes.
So it's important to do that, and then we kind of get a feel for what it is. I try to set a theme that we can all collectively kind of vibrate around, and I find that is really powerful for the class, because
Hmm.
once we do
Hmm.
that and collectively set that intention, what we get at the back end after we've moved with intention, after we breathe together, after we've settled ourselves into sound, what we get after is usually really powerful.
Yes.
So it's developing. Like I'm just sort of following the instruction. You
Yes.
know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I hear you. I hear you. And it ends with this just rejuvenating sound healing practice. Yes.
Yes.
So, guys, I encourage you. Thank you, Dia, for taking the time out to come
I'm
on
too glad to be here on this fancy technology. You know, I don't
Oh, my girl.
so I'm like, oh my goodness.
Look, when it works, it's cool. Look. When it works,
Absolutely.
it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, so again, bloomtransformationcenter.com. You can sign up for the class this coming Sunday, 9:30. And
And if
Dia, let
anybody has
go ahead.
and if anybody has any questions or, wants
Yeah.
more information about the class, you can find me at Dia Johnson on Instagram, and I'm also Dia Johnson on Facebook. And I'm happy to answer your questions. For those who may, need some more information or anything like that, I'm happy to talk to you about that beforehand. And look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Yeah, and you're going to be doing some other stuff for us soon too, with all this other new credentialing you got.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the first time. I'm just telling you, this is the first time. I just recently completed my coursework for a master's in nutrition and integrated health, which I'm super, super excited to finally have done. Because, I've been doing this work a long time, work around nutrition and work around, integrative health practices and all of that. And kind of going through this school process, in fits and starts for a minute. So for it to finally be done, this is the first time that it's ever appeared in writing anywhere. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's actually finished. I am actually officially done. Yeah. I lost you, Rose. I don't know what happened. Did I do that? Because I don't touch nothing. I need to open. Hello?
I have no idea what happened.
Me either.
Girl, let me tell you, my screen went the link. Do you hear me?
Listen.
A message came up that said your computer restarted because of a problem. I'll never get that.
Are you kidding me?
Show up on my computer. Do you hear me? But we're good. I think we did good. You good? Or you
Yeah.
Go back on.
I mean, I guess I don't know. We could say bye. I don't know how to do it.
I don't know. What happened?
Well, I'm still in here. So is it still recording? Because I'm still in here. Okay.
Oh, you're still in there?
And it says on air.
Give me a second. Don't hang up yet. Let's see.
Yo, if we are still live, we having like technical difficulties. I don't know. Mercury is in retrograde.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's wild. It's wild, child. The wild things have been happening all week. Isn't that crazy? So look, so when this happens to you, you know that you're not crazy because it's happening to everyone. It's happening to all of us.
I cannot believe that
Word.
this happened. And you said you're still in there. Let me see.
I'm looking at the screen and it says on air, so I'm just talking as though people are listening. I ain't sure. I don't know.
I'm done. Okay.
I don't know what's going on. Now I can't hear you.
You can hear me now. You can hear me now. Girl,
How crazy is that?
That was crazy. But listen, I'm going on my phone right now to see if we're still live. Hold on a second, because we are. Let's see. It was so crazy because prior to going on, we were talking about, again, some of you may not believe in this whole Mercury retrograde, but I will tell you, there is scientific data to show when Mercury is in retrograde, electronics and everything just gets.
I mean, and the thing I have to remind people is this is just atoms and ions moving in a different direction than they typically move. It's not hocus pocus. They're just moving in the opposite direction or a different frequency than they usually do. And that causes weird things to happen. Like when we're having a full conversation and your screen dies. So I'm so glad.
Not only the screen died, dear, it showed my computer went completely black. And after probably 30 seconds, a message came up that said it stopped. Your computer stopped. I've never seen this message before. And this is a relatively new computer, like only about a year old. But it was, It never happens. And I love the way you put it, just atoms moving in a way they're not supposed to move. Because when I tell
It's just
you,
different. And I'm super glad that it happened live and people can see it so that when they're in their day-to-day life and something seems like, what? Come on. You
yeah,
know it's not just you. You know that it's a
this is,
thing. It's
yeah,
gonna pass. Don't worry. Don't panic. It's gonna be but it's a thing. And it's
it's
happening
a
to
thing.
everybody, not just you. It just
It's a
happened
thing.
to us.
And when you start paying attention to it, you notice it's a thing. And the fact, like you said, that you say, okay, this is a thing and it will pass, you learn how to ride through it, just like we just did.
Exactly. And you
So,
don't, and so what I will just say, if you're making any plans, double check your documents, take a little extra time right along through here. Make sure everything is what you think it is, because it's a thing
it's a
and it'll
little
pass.
screwy. It's a little screwy. So before Mercury in retrograde so rudely interrupted us,
I
you
know.
were telling us, what some recent accomplishments.
Yes, the completion of this master's degree. Like I said, I've been in this work and doing this in this area for a long time, but I finished the coursework for the master's in nutrition and integrated health. And it's been on my plate for so long. It feels like a huge part of my brain just freed up. And so I'm really just getting used to it. So when you wrote it there, I thought, oh, that did happen. Oh my gosh. So I am really looking forward to spending the summer basically rolling out ways that I can really help support people in making very particular personal healthy choices for their wellness journeys. Because what we understand now is that what works for me doesn't work for Dr. Rose, and what works Dr. Rose doesn't work for. So we have to really be intentional about kind of identifying what our path is and what our best scenario is, and that's kind of the work that I do. That's what
So when you find what works for you,
yeah.
oh my gosh, that's you can roll with it. And we're gonna have to talk because I want you part of this retreat next year.
Oh, do you know how much I love retreats?
Girl, Costa Rica. We're gonna be in the jungles of Costa Rica.
Yep, let's talk. Let's do it.
We're gonna talk. Okay, lady. Well, thank you so much. BloomTransformationCenter.com is where you can sign up and register for Sunday's connections class. This is the partner workshop. You don't need a partner. You're more than welcome to bring a partner with you. We do supply mats, but you're more than welcome to bring your mats as well. It's an amazing experience. Do yourself a favor and just treat yourself to this form of self-care and wellness. We're getting ready to round out Mental Health Awareness Month, and yoga, believe it or not, I've known people over the years who have told me it's helped manage everything from their anxieties to bipolar disorder. So, don't sleep on these things that you can do on the healing from the inside out. So thanks again, Dia, A Life Aware. You can follow her on the social media sites, and we will see you Sunday.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. See you later.
See you later.
Okay. Bye.